Hello, hi, I'm Auda from the Upcoming. Thank you so much for speaking to us today. And I wanted to get straight into I'll talk about the movie. So First Cow depicts very challenging scenarios for the protagonist, but at the same time, it depicts simpler times. So I wanted to ask, do you think that some of those values depicted are now lost?
When I look at it, I feel like, it's like rampant capitalism because, back then, well, one of the things we were doing research on was just how those companies, they control the main camp. They're all owned by one company, basically, and then as an average person, you think, oh wow, you can go to this new world and it's full of resources, and we can just take what we want, and at the time was a beaver fur. That was the gold rush of the time, but then you rock up there, and yeah, sure, the beavers are everywhere, a free resource, but you had to buy a trap. And then, if you wanted to have a smoke, you had to buy a smoke from this one monopoly company. And then if you wanted to buy anything, it was all stuck, so your whole economic fate is with this, this one company, and they, they made sure that they made a huge profit. So, in terms of that value is still around today. And then, I think what is still there is, it's just, the average person trying to make it along, in any environment, where they find themselves. Everybody has a sense of wanting to have a better life for themselves, and at that time, except for the first peoples, the Native Americans, everybody else there was an immigrant, and they immigrated because they felt that they could have a better life, and I think that's all we ever want for ourselves and our families.
Yeah, sure. And I think it's the protagonists are both introverted, and also the pace, the rhythm of the film is quite unhurried. I was wondering, does the film want, in a sense, to defy that kind of loud, fast-paced tendency of presenting material or storytelling?
Sure. Kelly Reichardt is an amazing author, really. She has her own style and taste and flavor, and she doesn't pander to the popular culture, or or what's popular. But I mean, I say that, but she's deeply respectful and appreciative of her audience, and she said to me one day that her audience is very intelligent, and she didn't want me to be responsible for telling the story. She said that she would take on that responsibility. Just allow yourself as an actor to be, and that in any case, she liked, because she respected her audience so much, she liked actually being in a position in the end of the shooting day where she's not sure whether she's told the story. And so it's not placed in front of the audience. Here it is. This is what I want you to look at or understand, or this is the plot. She just kind of presents it. She has a strong idea of what it is, but she doesn't force it down the audience's throats. So, it's definitely, that is her style, and that's what she wants to, give to the world, I guess.
Yeah, okay. But you personally have a theatrical background. So how did the process of preparing your role differ? How does it differ when it comes to cinema you feel more strongly connected in through one medium or another?
I feel, you know, I feel like you always go back to the principle of it, and the principle of it is, you know, to listen, to connect. I feel like acting is, you know, you're representing humanity, really. You're not representing humanity, you're representing a person. But through that, you want that person to, you want other people watching, you know, that person to feel connected, to feel, oh yeah, that was me at some point in time, or, you know, what if I was in that situation? And so, you know, and that happens to me as acting in general, you know, whether that's on stage or telling a story, or, you know, yeah, or in film or television. And they're all slightly different mediums, and they all have their kind of unique advantages and disadvantages. And yeah, and working with Kelly is, again, it's a different style. There's a different style within film, you know. And it's just beautiful as an actor to be able to experience all these different, you know, facets of the art.
Yeah. Did the role make you reflect about anything in particular that you hadn't considered before while you were preparing for it?
Well, it did make me remember about my childhood. When I was younger, I was very shy, and I desperately wanted to be social, but I had like no friends, and I was very shy and quiet. And, you know, I remember my dad telling me, you know, because every time I meet someone, I'd be like, oh, just looking down at the ground. And my dad said, you have to look people in the eye. So, you know, I changed certain things, but, you know, to suit the character King Lu, but I kind of incorporated that as part of the backstory, how as a child he was very shy, and then he learned how to become, you know, a salesperson and sort of brash and sort of outspoken, you know, and yeah, so it did make me think about that. Or I like to think about my life and what fits the character. So yeah, it was lovely to sort of reflect.
Okay, so at the center of the story is this beautiful portrayal of a friendship, and they kind of continually meet each other halfway, and that helps their bond evolve. But how much do you think there is also an element of needing the other and maybe almost exploiting the other, especially in a context where you're trying to survive?
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you saw that aspect, because to me it's, especially in the beginning, you know, the best way to get something for free out of somebody else is to be their friend.
It's a rule in life, right?
Yeah, and you know, I think King Lu, you know, has worked that out and uses that to his advantage. But also, I do feel like before he meets Cookie, he's actually very lonely. He doesn't necessarily think at the top of his mind how lonely he is. He's doing things. He's you know, surviving, scraping by, running around. But when he meets Cookie and has that kind of genuine connection, I think he slowly realizes, wow, this is what I'm missing. Again, maybe not consciously, but, you know, I think that's what sort of, you know, that's why he stays, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us today. And we hope to see you very soon on the big screen again, and maybe in lots of other projects as well, theatre, TV.
Thank you. Fingers crossed.